Hello guys, welcome back my YouTube channel Salesforce Hunt. This is Rohit and today I'm going to discuss about Salesforce with Swagger and we can test our API using Swagger. Swagger have almost, UI functionality to test the, API. So we can leverage this feature here. So if you are new in this channel, so I request you all, please like, share, comment, subscribe the channel. Also turn on the bell icon for more updates. So you never will miss any kind of update from my side. So let's get started without any further delay. So first of all, we have to do one thing. Just first of all, we have to create our REST resource or REST API in Salesforce. So most of the people knows these things, but I will tell you how we can create these things from scratch to advance. So let me click on this gear icon because I need create the Apex class. So based on this REST Apex class, we can leverage this feature. Okay. So let me close all the things like close all tabs. And now in the file, new and Apex class. My Apex class name, it can be anything, but you can use any name based on your need. So for now, I'm using, let's say, account data. Okay. So just click on the save. So now you can see my Apex class is created successfully. First of all, you have to change this access specifier or modifier, right? Public to global because it's a REST resource. So any system can be reuse this Apex class. So that's why we have to use as a global. Okay. And before that, if you want to make any class as a REST resource, so always use this notation that is REST resource, right? REST resource like that, and here in this bracket in parameter you have to give the URL mapping equal to, and in single quote you give your path of the URL mapping. So here in this case I'm giving like accounts, right? After that you can give the slash, and after slash is a star. It can be anything after that, right? So this is the URL mapping. You can give the static URL as well, like without star. You know these all things, so well and good. Otherwise you can watch my integration videos in my playlist, so it can be help you about this star or static URL. Okay. So this is the first thing. You have to create your Apex class and then notate adds REST resource. After that, I can create my http get method. So how we can create the http get method? So you have to mention like add http and the get. Okay. So this is the get method. Under here, this is the http verb, and there are so many http verb in the REST resource that is called http get, pause, put, patch, and delete, right? You can create your method based on your need. For now in this session I'm going to discuss only the how to get these all accounts from Salesforce to Swagger, and Swagger can hit this endpoint URL and get the data. Okay. So that's the model of this video. So here, after that you have to create the method like global, that is global, and static void and the get accounts. Okay. So this is the get accounts method. So this method, inside this method, two class, as you know, right? REST response, REST request, right? So first of all, REST response, we have to use REST response pawns. This REST response res equal to rest context, and that is context. Okay. Context dot response. You can get these all classes from the Salesforce documentation developer guide. Okay. So don't worry about it. So response, this one, and after that you have to add your header, right? So without header you cannot type or anything regarding the Swagger, but this is the things you have to remember it. So for now let me try to save this because I need to check if any error or have this class or not. So just let me still have the error. So let's see the error here. So duplicate. Here you can URL map it as resource account. Okay. I think I have another class. So you can make it another one. Let's say another S for example purpose. Right. So just let me save this and let's see. So now immediately our error is gone. In this REST context or REST response, after that you have to add your header. So under res dot add header, this is another method like add header, right? Add header, and here you have to give like content type, content type. And content type is it always like application JSON, as you know, as a key value pair, right? So application and the JSON, right? So this is the one another thing you have to keep in your mind. After that, you have to use the try catch, because we don't have the any idea, or we don't have any confirmation regarding the error, right? So that's why we have to use always this try catch, and finally based on your need. And all this is the best practice, always follow it, like try catch. If you have like some sensitive code, like causing some error in future, so always make it inside the try and handle in the catch. So try, after that you have to create the SQL query, like list of account, let's say accounts equal to, and the SQL query. So inside here I can query some few fields. So select ID, name, rating, industry from account. Okay, so this is the SQL query. And also I can use the limit, because I don't want to be make all the records at a time. So I can use like a limit 10 or limit 5 based on your need. Okay, after that you have to create the body of this response body. So res, this instance variable, have this method, or we can provide this body. So that is response, or we can use here like a response body. So this is another method. Here we have to property, we have to provide it like response body equal to blob dot value of, this is typecasting. Okay, so value, and of here in value of method you can use like JSON dot serialize. So serialize basically used for object to string. If you want to convert it, so you can use this JSON dot serialize. Okay, so serial. Okay, after that you have to pass this account. Okay, so I need to pass here under semicolon. So this is the response body. Now we have to set the status code as well. So res dot status code equal to 200. It means success response, right? So status code is 200. After that we have to use our catch block, right? So we have to use our catch block. So catch, under the catch we have to use exception. You can use any kind of classes inside catch, let's say call out exception. There are so many things, but this is the parent exception class. So if you don't know about it, so you can watch my earlier video in my something in my playlist, like different types of exception. So based on the exception you can handle it. So right now I'm using like this parent one, like exception ex. Okay, and after that in the catch block we can handle like a 500, right? So many status code, you can watch my video. I already mentioned like status code 200, 201, or not for page not found, something like that. You can check out all the things, right? So after that we have to set like res dot status code. So in this case let me copy this one, like status code, and I can use like 500, because it's a some error code. So I can use like 500. After that under the response body also, so I can use here like a response body dot blob of value of you, like that. And here in the catch also we can make it our you know error messages. So under this method we have to pass like a as a JSON. So in single quote you have to use this bracket, always remember it, right? In single quote you have to this bracket. Under this bracket we have to use like in double quote like error. Okay, error, and in double quote colon, right? It's a double quote colon. Okay, let me try to save this code. and once you save this code, now there is no error here, right? So how we can execute this code in Swagger? That's the main motive, to execute this REST resource or REST API using the Swagger. So Swagger is a editor here. You can see this editor. You have to go to the editor hyphen next.swagger.io. So this is a editor. Inside this editor is always accept the YAML file or YAML code. So YAML code don't have any brackets or something like that. It's a normal programming. So you have to take care about it. My Swagger editor, and we can test it from here as well, right? So now, first of all, in the Salesforce, just you have to enable the site. You can search in the setup. Just click on the site. Under the site, we have different types of sites. So you can create new one, because I already created one. So this is the base URL of your site, like this my base URL hyphen sites.com, right? So you can take care about it whenever you write the YAML. So in this YAML, I can use my Swagger, like Swagger, okay, Swagger colon, and after the colon, we have to use like which type of version we are using. So right now I'm using like a Swagger 2.0. After that, info. So this is YAML. So always remember, there is no kind of back is semicolon something like that. It's a indentation code, right? So Swagger colon 2.0 info colon, and after that the version. So we can use the version here, like version colon, under the version. Under the version, we have to write 0.1.2, because these all things available inside the Swagger editor in the snippets. So you can copy and paste here. For time being, I'm just tell you the things how we can write the single line of code of this YAML. So version, then in the double quote 0.1.2. Okay, so immediately you can see the 0.1.2 side by side. Okay, and the Swagger version, here you can see 2.0, and this is the version. So after that, you can give the title, like title. Under the title, you can write your title. Let's say Salesforce Hunt. Salesforce Hunt. So immediately side by side, you can see the output, right? Like Salesforce Hunt and all the things here. So now you can see the title, Salesforce and version, and the Swagger, everything. Like then here, now we have to use the host. So where it is my host? So I will tell you where we can find the host. So host, you can find the site URL. So this is the site URL. Just copy and paste this site URL. Copy and paste here in the site URL in the double quote, like this. Immediately you can see the base URL, spring dev addition developer my.salesforce-site.com. Immediately here you can see. Okay, now you have to use the base path of your REST resource. So base path is, I will tell you, because we already created one REST resource class, REST API. So you can use it here, like base path. It's a base path, right? In the base path colon, and then in the, don't use any bracket, just you can directly use like a slash, right? Services. Okay, and there's the services slash services slash apex rest, right? So this is the URL, you have to take care about it. After that, you can give the tags. Tags is very most important whenever you're writing, or this is the OpenAI code editor, then you can add your snippet here. So take care about it, like tags. Like tags, under tags, you can use your tags as well here, right? So in the tags, like hyphen name colon, and the double quote, you can give like accounts, right? Immediately you can see the account, and this collapse and expand button here immediately, right? So description, you can give the description as well. So let me give the description here, like description. Okay, if you need like description, so you can give the like information about the accounts, like that. So info about the accounts, something like that. So immediately you can see the description here in this area, because we already use the description, everything, right? So now we have to use the schemas. So how we can use the schema? Schema is very most important whenever you writing the code, right? So schema is under this tags. So we have to use like a schema, and that is the schema. So we can use here like schemas. So that is the indentation thing. So you can take care like a schema colon, and here we have to use a hyphen and then http, right? http and then https, right? So here this is the side by side we can write it like that, like schemes, sorry, that is the type mistake here, like this. So immediately you can see the https, right? That is a schemes here. So once you write these things, now you have to do one thing here, uh, consume. So which type of consumers we have? So we have like application JSON, produce and consumers, right? So we can use it. So we can use like consume, right? So you have to use like consumes colon and then application JSON, like application slash JSON. So this is the consume. In the consume, we have like a produce as well, like produce, and here we have to use like this application JSON, application and the JSON, these things. So we already use like consumes and application JSON, right? Then we have to use like paths. So what is the path here? Like paths. So we have to use the path. So path always comes here like a slash accounts. So in our case, the path is here. You can see the accounts with double S. So just copy this, paste it here like this, accounts, right? And then colon. After colon, you can give your method name like get. So this is the get method. Immediately in the UI, it automatic comes like as accounts, double S, something like that, right? So in the get, we have to use like tags, like tags. In the tags, we have to use like accounts. You can use anything, but for now I'm using like accounts, right? So here in the tag, you can see the account, right? And then after that, operation ID. We have to use operation ID. So now, just a second, we have to click here, and here we have to use like operation ID, like operation ID. So this is the operation ID, like get accounts. We have this method in the get accounts in our REST, right? So just let me copy this get accounts name, paste it here, like operation here, right? So you can see these all things right side by side. Under get accounts we have description, so we can use like description. So this can return a list of accounts. So returns list of accounts. Okay. So after that, responses. So we can use here like responses. So responses we have like 200 in success, right? Like 200 colon slash, here we have to use like a description, and description is success. So just you can see the accounts, because say double S, and all the things you can see side by side. Now this time we have to test this Swagger API, so it will be work or not, right? So just in the right side you can see like get, Under the get we have collapse or expand. So just click on this button. Here you can see the try it out. So just before that you cannot see anything, right? Because we already use like 200 success, right? This one 200 success, code description, responsive, like application JSON. We already set up everything here, like responsive produces everything you can see. Just click on this try it and click on this execute. So once you clicked on this execute, after some time you can see the response. This is my curl URL, like this is my base site URL, Apex Rex and accounts. This is the method in our REST API. Here you can see that you don't have access to the Apex class name. So before that, I will tell you one thing here. Just go to the sites, open the sites. You can go here in the sites and it will open the profile. Under the profile, let's say public access site. So just click on this option, public access site. Under here, we have one option that is Apex class. So where it is? So here you can see somewhere like Apex classes. So just click on this Apex class, click on this edit button, and here you can add your class. So in our case, our class name is account data. So just copy this name and find out from here as well. Like account data, this is the class. Just click on the save. And after the save, right, here you can see the message like successfully done. Now you have to try again these things, right? Cancel it, right? And try it again and execute. After some time, you can see the response, 200 response body. This is all attributes, ID, name, rating, industry, because in our SQL query, we have these fields. That's why you can see the four, outputs, like four fields output here, like ID, name, rating, industry, right? Like these all things. Let me do one thing here in my REST class. I can use my website and, phone as well, like a website, and I can make it like a limited 3. Last time I already used like a 5. So you can see the 5 records here. Okay. Like this is 1, right? 2, 3, 4. And finally you can see the 5, right? So this is the 5 record. So just let me save this class. And once you save this class, now you can again execute this one. Like click on this execute, and once you execute, immediately you can see the website field. Previously it was only 4 fields, but now you can see the 5 fields here, right? Each and every request, because I already mentioned like limit 3. That's why you can see the 3 records of the account. So this is how you can get the accounts from the Salesforce to Swagger and test your API using Swagger. And based on this schema, you can test your API like get, post, put, patch, and delete. Right. So for time being, I'm just using only one get one. So please write your comments, thoughts under the comment sections, and share your thoughts regarding the next video regarding post, put, patch, or delete. If you mention these comments, so it's well and good for me, and you can leverage this feature from my side as well. So this is how you can implement this Swagger editor with the Salesforce REST resource or REST API. So guys, I hope you learned something new in this video. If you feel like this is the very more informative for us, so please like, share, comment, subscribe the channel. Also turn on the bell icon for more updates so you never be miss any kind of update from my side. So till then, bye bye, take care, see ya. Thank you for watching guys. See you, bye bye.